a blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S., are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. God inspired. This is the Nancy and Mike Show.
Yep.
And we hope you all have. It's a new month. It's now August.
Yeah.
It's August the 1st.
Happy August.
And happy August, everybody. And we got through our favorite month.
Yeah.
And it's August 1st, and this is show number 53. Now, today is going to be a topic that I never talked about before.
Ooh.
I talked about it in a roundabout way, but the topic for today's show is called Would've, Could've, Should've. Now, before I get started, one thing I'm happy about August, because our hurricane season is so long, it goes from the middle of April to the end of November.
Ooh.
Now, when we first came here, they said June 1st, but now they're saying April 15th. I don't know what changed that, but anyway, that's the new deal. And August 11th, we will have been here for 62 months, which is 5 years and 2 months. And we had 11 hurricanes. So that's the deal.
Yep.
And we'll see where we go for the next, we're going to be safe today. And so we'll see where we go for the next 121 days.
You are the numbers guy,
Because
silly guy.
the numbers guy never quits.
He's going.
And
Click,
talking
click.
about the numbers guy,
Yeah.
would've, could've, should've.
Oh, this has numbers involved?
Very much so.
Okay, cool.
Now, here's where I'm going with this. And I have no valid excuse for this. It was my stupidity. Now, let me tell you why. This relates to music. Now, what does music have to do with these numbers? Well, I'm going to tell you. When I was in high school, and I did keep track of this, if I heard the song Downtown by Petula Clark, and by the way, I've repeated this story before, but if we have any new listeners who haven't heard about it, you're going to get hit with it.
You're funny. Okay.
But
Hit
anyway,
with it. Go ahead.
okay. Now, if I heard Petula Clark Downtown,
Mm-hmm.
if I not my playing the record, that doesn't count. But if I heard it on the radio or if somebody else played it,
Or you're at a restaurant, wherever you
I'm at a restaurant and I hear it, right?
got it.
If I wrestled that day, it happened 8 times, and all 8 times I pinned my opponent.
Good.
That's number 1.
I like it.
And this is why I have no excuse. Because this music thing has held out for quite a distance. Now, let's do the next one.
Okay.
It came out later, in the late 60s. It was called Venus by the Shocking Blue. Now, if I wrestled and I heard that song, the same scenario as Downtown, I have no explanation for this,
Mm-hmm.
but if I heard Venus and I wrestled later that day, every time, without fail, I stunk the place out. I felt like, you know what it felt like? I felt like when I tried to move that I was nailed to the floor.
Oh,
And it was every time.
ugh, gosh.
How do you rationalize stuff like this?
No, it's weird.
All right?
Yeah,
Now I'm
weird.
going to give you the last one
Okay.
because the last one I should have kept track of.
Oh, but you didn't, huh?
I didn't.
So what's that one?
More Than a Woman by the Bee Gees. Came out in 1979,
I like it.
and every time I heard it, for years and years and years and years, and I mentioned it on the show, if I heard that song, Boston won. I don't care if it's the Celtics, the Bruins, the Red Sox, the Patriots. I don't care who it was. Boston won. Now, I have disappointing news. And that is, recently, the streak broke. And I'll tell you when it broke.
Yeah, just recently.
Just recently. Boston had a rainout against Baltimore on Tuesday. Wednesday, they were making it up as part of a doubleheader. Boston won the first game 6-3. I thought, oh my golly, if Boston wins this game, the streak's going to keep going. Well, they got killed in that game.
Maybe it doesn't work on a doubleheader.
Okay. That I could accept. Because that was the only time they had a doubleheader. And, you know, if you look at statistics on doubleheaders,
So much fun.
most doubleheaders are splits.
Yes. Okay.
So
I start. I keep going with that one.
I have to come to the conclusion that it doesn't work on doubleheaders.
Okay.
Okay.
We got it.
Now that works. That makes sense. Because that was the first doubleheader they ever had. Now I can't remember if it ever happened on the day that the Boston Bruins and the Celtics both won on the same day when that song was played. I don't remember that.
Oh, well.
But I'll tell you what.
What?
From 1979 to 2026 is 47 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the record was perfect until that day. And I should have, knowing with the Petula Clark, knowing with Venus, that I should have kept track of how many times.
Oh, that's a woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yes.
No, okay, got it.
How many times I won with this combination, or
Yes,
Boston
yes.
won.
You love that kind of stuff.
And I do. I love this kind of stuff. Now, when you think of situations like this that happen, you think of it as superstition. You think of it as coincidence. But at what point in time has it happened too many times to call it a coincidence or a superstition? It's something else.
It's something else.
It's something coming from a higher level.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I agree.
And
like with all those green lights, my neighbor said, "Oh, it's just a coincidence." No, it's not. Sorry, it's not a coincidence.
Well, I tell you what, I wish that would happen to me because there's so many lights on.
Just in the same week, we went. I went with Mike the second time, and we got all the red lights. I'm like,
yeah. I think there must have been about 100 of them.
No.
But anyway, it seems that way.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how many
we
there are.
used car air conditioner. It was about 97, and the car had been sitting in the sun, so it was hot.
And why don't we use car air conditioning? I'm allergic to dry air. Okay. And when I lived in the desert, when I would go outside and do errands, my lips would hurt. like somebody was cutting into them. It was painful. And it reached a point where I was losing my physical strength. And I remember when it started. It started in 1992. I was 45 years old, and it kept getting worse.
I know it.
So I knew that, and I probably should have left before 2021, but
Mhm.
I survived until 2021. And Nancy was concerned that I might not survive much longer. So, uh,
I told Mike we got to get you out of here.
besides leaving a horrible governor in California, that was the deal with the dry air.
And besides living a lot of good quality friends.
Yes, and we can't replace those friends we lost. I mean, they're really good quality people.
I was just saying to the girl in the prayer group last week that when we would go to the store, go to restaurants, we were known in the desert. People knew us because Mike had been on TV and we were just out and about speaking at schools and stuff, students that saw us speak at their classes. So when we came here, we weren't known. Nobody knew us. So it was a big adjustment.
And the other deal was I gave piano concerts.
Yes. People knew us.
Nancy did art shows,
Yeah. So
and I helped several high schools and junior high schools with their wrestling programs.
yes, you did.
So I met a lot of people during the process of
Mhm.
that. And here it's like a dead zone. There's no wrestling, there's no concerts,
There's no
and
radio for you to
there's
listen to the
no
games.
radio for games, and there's no art shows. And you know, we moved to a dead zone.
No, well.
But anyway, that's part of this deal.
Mhm.
Now let me tell you something else that just happened last Thursday. I have a great, and I mean great, he's world class as it relates to results. World class runner. And I ran over 100 races with him, and I slow him down. I can't keep up with
No,
him.
of course not.
He's
He knows it, and he loves Mike.
he if he runs by himself, he'll probably finish in the top 3 in every race. But if he runs with me, he'll get nothing. He was like 5-minute miles. I was between 6.5 and 7-minute miles when I used to run with him.
Right.
And
But he didn't resent you slowing him down. He loved running with you.
he was in the worst age category when we started out, 30 to 39. That's the worst age category in terms of competition.
Yeah.
So 6.5, 7-minute miles is never going to get you anywhere in 30 to 39. And by that time, I was 40 to 49. So I was even out of that bad age category that he was in. He was about 8 years younger than I am. And so because of that, most of the time we were in different age groups. But he loved running with me.
He did.
But here's the deal.
What?
We ran over 100 races together. And Carl, whenever I talked to him on the phone, he would always bring up, why didn't we keep records of all the races we ran?
Yes.
Where they were, when they
That
were,
would have been perfect.
what the weather was like,
Mhm.
what our time was. Anyway, we're going to a break, and then I'll finish this.
Be right
This is a Nancy and Mike show.
Mike Zorich, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And when we left, I was just talking about the more than 100 races that we had run together.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy had tons of awards. Now, he had a situation where his stuff was in a shed, and the shed collapsed.
From a storm?
I don't know. But the shed collapsed, and everything he had, all his trophies, his scrapbook, everything disappeared. He had 0 left.
I remember I made a collage for him and I framed it of all these different photos of you guys. It was really nice. I'm sure he lost that too.
He lost that. He has nothing. He has no record of any of the races he ran by himself or any of the races he ran with me. So, he's saying that we should have kept a record of all the races we ran. And I will tell you this, as much as I love the song More Than a Woman, which is plenty, it's one of my favorites by the Bee Gees. And as much as that song helped the Bruins and the Red Sox and the Celtics, it never helped me run faster. If I heard it the day of a race, it didn't help me.
Did anything help you?
No.
Anything? Oh.
I thought one song would help me. I remember we went to this race, and there were 2 songs that I heard twice at the race. One of them was King of Hearts, and the other one was Whip It Good. It was early 80s.
Yep, I remember those.
You remember those? Well, those didn't help me either.
Okay.
So I guess as good as the Boston teams were, I was hopeless. But anyway,
Okay.
But anyway, why, for the life of me, did we not keep track of all those races? We talk about some of the races we have, and we have memories,
I know.
but we don't have anything
written out
that we could share. So anyway, here's the deal.
I made some photos.
He made some
I
photos.
mailed them to him. I'm waiting why he didn't ever call us to say, hey, thanks, the great photos. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we thought we would hear from him. He would call us as soon as he
And he
got
did.
the photos. Well, what happened? One of the numbers of his address we left out.
Yeah.
Now, but how do you explain this? The first time we sent the photos, he got the letter that Nancy wrote, but the photos were gone.
That's weird.
How does that happen?
No, I can't explain it.
Nobody could explain it. I told him we sent it. He said, well, I did get the letter, but there was nothing in the envelope. There was no photos. So anyway,
So now I went back to Staples, made copies. Thank goodness I hadn't sent the originals with no copies.
yeah, if you sent the originals,
then it would
everything
be
would have been
done.
gone. Then we
Yeah.
wouldn't have any record of it either.
So I made copies. I went. That was the day that everything was going right. Remember, I went to the post office and I got right up there, which is unheard of. And
Oh, that's the day you
that's
got
the
all
day,
the lights.
green
Yeah.
lights. So anyway, we sent it, and God had to be with it because I left one number off on the address. So he finally got it. He got all the photos, and thank you, God. That was God directed.
Well, he was in LA visiting with friends,
Uh-huh.
and his wife got it. And she told him that there was one number missing from the address.
So,
But still, I wish that I knew all the races we ran, what our times were,
yeah,
and there
no,
were
good
some
numbers, guy.
clunkers in there where I ran horrible races,
Happens.
and it happens. And I never saw him run a bad race, but
No.
anyway,
That time he was having trouble breathing.
I remember one time
I had to rush to the drugstore to get him some kind of breathing stuff. And then this other guy was going to run in his place. And the guy, I said, well, what's your time? Oh, it's good. I'll be fine. Yeah, right. He didn't know his time. And he quit. He quit before the race was over. Yeah. Had to find somebody else. And the time's still going when he's quit.
But,
Oh, the guy was so upset. Oh, he was fit to be tied because he wanted to be out there, but his breathing wasn't good that day.
I remember that, and that was Cal State Long Beach, 1985. It was in October. I think it was the second Saturday in October, and I remember that very well.
I do too.
And the reason why I remembered it so well is because the following year, 1986, in the summertime,
Uh-huh.
the Blind Nationals were going to be held in Long Beach. Now, what this tournament was, it was the Blind State Tournament, the
Right.
state of California.
Yeah, so it's not such a big deal.
So if you can't find people for the state tournament, how are you going to find partners
We were
for the
concerned.
nationals? And I was definitely concerned about that. And that's how I remember that. And I think Nancy put everything down, and she was going to run with me herself. But I don't remember. I think somebody came and took me and ran the rest of the
Yeah,
race with
somebody
me.
else.
And
I was going to. I just dropped my purse and the camera on the grass and ran across the field, and somebody got there before me.
but you know, when you have a stoppage like that,
Yeah. Time keeps clicking.
the clock keeps going, and you come across, let's say, normally if I ran the thing in 5 minutes, and then you're up around 6 minutes and 20 seconds
It's a good event.
because you lost the time, and that time goes on your record before the nationals. Well, this is the last time Mike Zorek ran the race. It took him 6 minutes and 20 seconds,
Yeah, that's
or
horrible.
whatever, and they don't put
They
anything
didn't say
down.
any excuse what happened.
Why it took me so long to run that race. That my partner died on the course, and that was the deal with that, and I'll never forget it.
Neither.
And he was so confident. This guy, I don't think this guy ever ran a race in his life,
Nine.
because when you don't know your times, you can't be a very experienced
I
runner.
wasn't.
And he meant well. He wanted to finish the race with me and all that. I know he wanted to,
Mm.
but he wasn't qualified, but he didn't know it. He thought he could do it.
He
Anything.
been put to the test.
Yeah, he was never put to the test. And that was the issue that they got him because he was never put to the test. And I don't think it was anything deliberate failure.
No.
It was just that he wasn't able to do it. And I've had other partners quit on me. I had once in high school, and the final track tournament, I think it was in Philadelphia, and we were going to run a 2-mile race with my partner, and he quit after there was less than a half a mile. He couldn't make a half a mile, and he just quit. It's like he died on the course, and I was so embarrassed. I thought, I don't even know. I don't know if I ever want to do this again. I was in ninth grade,
Oh,
and
sweetie.
it was my second year of ninth grade. And but anyway, that happened, and you never forget stuff like that.
Nope.
Because you're qualified, but somebody else's fault that prevented you from doing the job that you were supposed to do. And that was one of the problems I had in high school. We had a partially sighted runner run with somebody who was totally blind. Well, I was running wise. My first year I did it, I ran with a guy named Kenny Briggs. Now, Kenny Briggs was the sighted guy. It was my first year of ninth grade.
It's partial sight.
He was partially sighted. And not only was he partially sighted, but he was a fantastic athlete. And he could run, he could play baseball, he was one of these guys that could do anything. And he used to run with one of my good friends, Bobby Dudak. Bobby Dudak was one of the rare guys who not only could run long distance, he could sprint. I was not a sprinter. I could not. For me, the longer the race, the better it was for me, and I could not sprint to save my life. And Nancy will tell you when
Yeah.
she tries to pull me
Across the street.
it's like pulling a piano across the street.
Is there a car coming in trying to pull
I
that?
can't move. I can't. I can go as fast as I could go, and then after that, somebody has to drag me.
Yeah, I'm
So-
good at sprints.
Nancy's fantastic at sprints. I think even at her age, I think she could win the Senior Olympics. But anyway, one of the other thing. Let's see what else. Before Nancy comes, this Monday is the trade deadline show. And I heard one guy say, why are these teams who are out of the race dumping all their good guys?
It's not logical.
It's not logical. And he said, the thing that makes this illogical is you got to play next year. It's not like this is the end of the year, and after this year, you're going out of business. You got to put a team out on the field the next year. This is sheer stupidity in every way, shape,
Absolutely.
and form. But anyway, it's going to happen Monday, August 3rd. And it's going to be on most of the day on the baseball channel. And we're going to a commercial. And then after that, Nancy will do her wonderful thing.
We'll be right back.
This is the Nancy and Mike Show.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness: Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorich.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And I'm going to quickly finish up this baseball stuff. And one of the things I heard before Boston went on this massive streak,
Of winning.
21-4 in their last 25 games. That's 84% winning percentage. And they even beat the Dodgers last night.
That was a shock.
And anyhow, I thought maybe they could win 1 out of 3 against the Dodgers. But they're getting rid of some of their tough games. They got 15 more games in their own division, which they normally don't do well.
I know.
And but they got a lot of teams like Kansas City and the Angels and Detroit.
Angels, that'll help them.
Yeah, that'll help them. And I think they swept Kansas City on the road. They should sweep them at home. Their schedule is fairly favorable once they get out of Los Angeles. And they're in the playoffs solid.
Ooh.
I would say they're about 3.5 games ahead of the 7th place team, and they're 5th. They're not going to catch the Yankees or Tampa Bay. But now they're not going to dump their guys. They were going to trade Ranger Suarez, who's got 5 years left on his deal. Most people are trading the guys who are going to be free agents at the end of the year.
Well, that makes sense.
So whoever gets them are renting players.
Yeah.
And but Boston was going to clear out the whole deal. And I heard this on the baseball channel. It's totally absurd.
I know it.
And I tell you, they will never be competitive until they get rid of their owners. They got to sell the team. Their owners are just absolutely horrible. And even Peter Gammon says that they're rotten from the top down. Now, he lives in the Boston area, and he knows.
Yep.
And I know, too. But anyway, I'll watch the show Monday, and I'll talk about it next Saturday, which will be 46-year anniversary. Imagine putting up with me for 46 years. Wow. But anyway, Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing, and then I'll come back and we'll wrap up the show.
Okay. This book I mentioned before, and we've had it many years. It looks all big, called Quiet Time for Couples. And it has a really nice paragraph here. Well, first, the scripture is submit to one another out of reverence to Christ, Ephesians 5:21. And especially with our anniversary coming up. So here's this one paragraph I really liked. Christian husbands and wives are called to beautiful complementary roles of loving service to each other. Dwight Small says, the glory of the woman is the acknowledgement that man is incomplete without her. And the humility of the woman is the acknowledgement that she was made for man. The humility of the man is the acknowledgement that he is incomplete without her. And both of them share an equal dignity, honor, and worth. And they also, at the beginning, they're talking about in classical ballet that the man and the woman each have their role. The man supports her while she's spinning around and he leaps across the stage. They one of them's not better than the other. It's just that is their role. So, and then this one, let's see, this is a new book. This is called Strength and Grace. It's talking about caregiving, which is, it's important to us because we do care for each other, huh, Mike?
Yep.
So sometimes we get caught up in elaborate plans and we miss the small opportunities that God gives us and the everyday beauty of routine tasks. And I just want to say, I was doing a routine task, the vitamin shop, and I was going to go to the grocery store. But on the way, I just thought I'd stop at the art gallery. Last time I talked to the owner, she said they're redecorating and come and get my paintings. She doesn't want them to get dusty or anything with their whatever they're doing to fix it up. So I got all the paintings out. So I hadn't heard from her. So I stopped by without calling ahead and I went in and I saw two women and I said, hi, my name's Nancy Noble. May I speak to the owner? And she said, well, I am the new owner. She said the old owner got married and moved to California. So I said, whoa. I told her I had paintings in here on consignment and I was wondering if I could bring a couple of paintings in to, see if she could sell them. So I told her my, if you want to see my artwork, it's www.nancynoblezorek.com. You can see my paintings, my beautiful dolls. So anyway, I gave her that information. And when I got home, I was so excited. And I called her back and said, can I bring a couple over now? And she said, okay. And she loved them. I brought two of Florida type paintings with the ocean and palm trees and stuff, and she loved them. So that's good. That was my exciting news of the day, talking about my art and just a regular routine thing. Just stopped by, and now and she keeps the same name and the same phone number. So that's good because I got an award and I listed that place. So that was handy too, huh, Mike?
Yeah. And I even know the phone number. So if you want to call them.
Yes, I thank you. And if she calls me, you'll know too.
I'll know to pick up.
Yeah.
We get so many garbage calls that
I trust Mike. I don't want to pick up with all these charities because then if you say, okay, I'll give something, then they keep writing. Oh, remember you said you'd give. Remember you said you'd give.
Well, they're not charities. They're actual scams.
Some of them,
some of them are charities, but a lot of them are, they have to do with the Medicare or stuff like that.
Because we're old, we get a lot of Medicare.
Yeah,
scams.
we get there's this one organization, Archer, Florida.
Yeah.
They call us.
They change your phone numbers.
Yeah, different phone numbers, more than at least 10 times a day. I'm not exaggerating.
And I push something to block it, and then they come out a different way.
They come out a different number, all right?
Okay, so I'm done anyway.
Anyway, regarding Nancy's thing today, and it's kind of connect with where I'm going actually.
Oh, good.
And
You can see we don't plan ahead.
yeah, we
Well,
don't plan
I
ahead.
don't. Mike does.
I do, yeah. But anyway, one of the things that she talked about was how incompletely we are without each other
And how we complement each
and
other.
how we complement each other. And I'm aware of that. And so is Nancy. And we do our prayers every day and we pray them out loud. And for people who need healing and to keep us together.
Mhm.
Because we both know that if one of us goes, I have no idea how I would survive without Nancy. And you know, part of the reason, remember last week, we talked about hell on earth. What is hell on earth? It's a touchless society.
Yep.
All right. And I talked to a friend last week, an old girl I went to school with.
Oh, what a sweet girl she is.
And she's a wonderful girl. And she goes to a restaurant and they won't help her.
She's
They,
totally blind and she went by herself and they're like, no, bring somebody else with you next time.
because she can't order online or whatever the case may be. So she told me that a lot of restaurants in the state of Connecticut went under. She lives in Wethersfield. And a lot of the restaurants that she used to go to went kaput. And, but anyway, she said she doesn't go out as much as she used to because this hell on earth is getting not only her, it will kill everybody.
Yeah, too
If-
much computer stuff.
If the young people don't wake up, we're going to have a nation of communism, and they will steal our properties, and we can't even imagine. She said to me, she's a good quality Christian.
Yes, she
She
is.
said, we're definitely in the last days.
Yes, I see it.
And this is there anything that could stop this communism from coming? Well, the answer is yes. I know how to do it. And what I would do is I would go all out with a massive civil war and destroy all this crap. And I have the CIA do it because the good guys are in
The FBI.
control, the FBI, and you either arrest them or you kill them. You just, one way or another, you take them out of the picture.
Nip it in the bud.
And, you know, you get somebody like Mondani, the Jews should be after him. They should be after his throat. He wants to arrest Netanyahu if he comes to New York.
Netanyahu's our biggest ally in helping us.
And of course, he found out he couldn't do it. But that's not the point. The
it's
point
what his
is,
intentions. That's evil.
if he could, he would.
Yep.
And some Jew needs to come in and practice the golden rule on him and take him out. And I'm not for killing or any stuff like that, but
Oh, I need your finger.
there are incidents and there are people who the world would be better off if they weren't here. But anyway, that's not a pleasant subject, but
No.
it's a subject that we have to realize is a part of our society.
Be careful and be aware.
Yes, the good guys got to be careful and aware. And anyway, we're going to our last break. This is the Nancy and Mike show.
We'll be right back.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose smaller than a single human hair. What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And I was talking about our nation, and we have to go all out to get rid of our communist candidates. The best way to do it is to send them, if they like communism so much and they hate America so much, the best thing to do to them is send them to a communist country and have them live there. And
It doesn't work. It's not
well,
good.
and they know it doesn't work, but they don't care.
Maybe they don't know.
They're looking for almighty power. And if we sit on our hands and don't hold them accountable, they're going to beat us in November. But anyway, one of the things that Trump should do, we're having an issue at the Smithsonian.
I think he did put up a sign out in front.
He put up a sign, but that's not good enough. It's great,
Yes.
but they got these white bitch Nazis, and none of them were ever elected. So what he needs to do is fire every bureaucrat in Washington.
That's against this country.
Yes, every one of them. Fire them right on the spot and replace them with somebody who is for this country. We need people to run the country who are for America, for what America stands for.
I listened to this show. It's called Give Him 15 by Dutch Sheets. And he told us to, at 9:00 in the evening, if we would all pray for President Trump to have understanding from God and the president of Israel, Netanyahu, to have understanding from God and their armed forces. And if we all remember to pray at 9:00, God is willing to help, but we have to do our part too, to help a spiritual side besides the armed forces side.
Well, that's true, but we got to do stuff for our own. And one of the ways to do it, we got to start holding these Nazis accountable, because if we don't, they're going to wipe us out.
And for us to acknowledge who are the rhinos.
Yeah.
That's not helping get this bill passed, so people have to show IDs when they vote.
Well, what we got to do is, but I don't know if we're going to get enough votes. We need to vote on it to get these rhinos out. The rhinos, especially the ones who lost in the primaries.
Yeah,
And
now they are going to
but
be kicked out, but they still have the voting rights. That's not good.
yeah, they're there till November 3rd. So we're stuck with them.
Mm,
They should be out the day they lose.
yeah,
And whoever replaces them takes over the job.
because they have that intent.
And Trump should make that executive privilege and get these people out so we could get something done. And because otherwise, we're in trouble.
Well,
And
I'm so grateful that Mike is reminding me at 9 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock, and I want to be consistent. And the girls in the prayer group that I go to, they are doing that. And he said a lot of people, not even just in this country, because if Hamas and this takes over, it hurts the whole planet. It's not just this country or Israel. It hurts the whole
well,
planet.
they don't have anything to look up to. Now, good people could look up to the United States, but if communism takes over,
I know.
who's
Where can they
are,
run to?
who are they going to look up to? Israel?
Israel's too small.
Israel's too small, and we got to nip this in the bud before it's too late.
Yes.
And
We have to unite with God's help.
I'm concerned that the Republicans don't have the guts
No, they do.
because they're going all this time and they're not held accountable. I know they're deporting more people, which is good,
Yes.
but
And other countries, they're seeing this country's example, and they're drawing lines about other people coming into their countries too.
well, I think Italy might be. And
And Sweden, I think.
another thing that's helping us is Saudi Arabia is
Yeah.
is
Who would have thought that would happen?
well, Iran's going after Saudi
Oh,
Arabia,
so
so
they want
Saudi
to
Arabia
fight
is
back with us.
fight back with us.
Okay.
So we got an extra ally because Iran was stupid enough to go after Saudi Arabia, and I say serves them right. But anyway, that's where we're at with this, and we
Well,
got work
you
to
can talk
do.
about baseball next week, huh?
I will talk about baseball. There'll be a lot of trades to report on. They're not really trades. They're dumps and thefts. That's what they turn out to be. And at least I know Boston's not going to dump all their guys. They said they're not.
Are you going to be a Boston fan?
No, not yet.
Not yet. They have to earn it.
They've got to sell the team.
And they have to earn it, right?
Yeah. And I see by what they said, they're going to dump everybody, including the guys that have 5 years on their contract. That's absurd.
Yeah.
I can't root for anything like that.
They're winning, so now they're not going to do that.
Yeah, but they would have done that.
Yeah.
And maybe next year they won't be as good and they'll do it. I mean, it's a never-ending filled process.
Wow.
We have come to the end of another show. This has been the Nancy and Mike Show, and we'll see you on our anniversary.
Take care, guys.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.